G'day mate, and welcome back to Factorio with me, JD. So, last episode we got, screenshots, yep, we got rail tracks done, and between episodes I went and crafted 50 of each science pack. So we're going to put down the little lab that could. I'm going to tell it we want the train supply manager mod. And we're going to throw down those 50 packs. We're going to let that tick away. Meanwhile, I also blueprinted down both these trains, patches, or outposts, or mines, whatever. Words. I blueprinted down both of these. Yep, words are really bad today. Okay. And I've gone and picked up some train track. Whole bunch of train track. I have also gone and stolen, Mojo's lovely train segment blueprints. So, I'll leave a link down in the description. Again, as always, if I forget, I highly recommend just leave a comment. And if you want to take one step further and go pester me on Discord, it means I'll see it and I'll get to it straight away. But Mojo has some awesome blueprints. 4 trains, and they are left-hand drive, okay? Because trains in Factorio just work better on left-hand drive. That's the number one thing. Number 2 thing is we're both Australian and we drive on the left-hand side of the road. So, I'm going to get some train tracks about here with some unloading stations, and then I need to loop these all the way back over to where these 2 outposts are. And because I have these, I can put that there, and it doesn't sit in the inventory. Love that, devs. And I just got to match up the right train tracks to the right things, and away we go. So I actually think I'm going to start on this side of the train tracks with a straight T90, and we're just going to try and blueprint these out and hope the robots can keep up with us. I already know the answer is probably a no. Robots are pretty bad at trying to keep up with you when you're running at full speed. Curve right. Oh, curve left. And the best thing about these blueprints is they just overlap. As long as they overlap the last power pole, all the signals line up. This wire can take a circuit signal all the way around our train tracks, should we ever need that feature. I probably won't, but you know, it's there if I want it, and it's already laid into the blueprint. The other thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to be really lazy, and I want to extend this robot network out as far as I can, because if I extend this network out, not quite all the way, but close enough too, it should get us to a situation where I can just blueprint down a lot of these train tracks, and the robots will just deal with it. Also means I could put down those walls if we wanted them. Evolution's still so low that it really doesn't matter. But then again, it's probably not a bad idea. There we go. That's enough roboports. Okay, so 90 degree. That's probably not enough room. That's enough room. Okay, trees be gone. Alright, so I need a loading station for this ore and for this ore. So let's go work on those. First off, we've got to decide what length trains we're going to use. I think for the moment, I'm going to use a 1-4 train. Okay, we're not going to go anything exquisite and unique yet. We're just going to stick to a 1-4 train. If I... Oh, too late, I crafted it, it's fine. And yes, that also means I'm using single-headed trains. That might change down the track, but I think for the moment a single-headed train is all we're going to need. So I need to put stack inserters on my bar. Okay, so 1, and then 4 stack inserters there. Thank you. Train supply manager is done. Oh, screenshot's done. Okay, they're now loading. Another set of stack inserters. Steel chests. And don't forget, we haven't automated these yet. So the ones in my inventory are all the steel chests on the map. Hook that one in there. Hook that one in there. Hook that one in there. And that one in there. Power poles, of course. And you know what? That works. That could be the outlay. Let's go. We want a bit more straight track. Let's just go with a 2 straight track. Just get down a little bit further. Have I boo-booed? Yeah, I have. I need to move. Okay, so I need to move all of this, literally all of it, down like 5 tiles. Okay, we're going to cut from there to there. I'm going to move that down, undeconstruct that, move that back up, get rid of all that, loop that into there. I hope that's the right side of the track. It is. Cool. Okay. Which now means all that's wrong. Okay. Let's not deconstruct that guy. We actually want him to stay. That's the first belt. That's the second belt. The third belt can come in and go that way. And that's the fourth belt. Okay, so I fixed that mistake, I think. Okay, they're going to load slowly. We're now at a train track. I can now do a copy. Paste. And you can be... Nope. Undo, undo, undo. Thank you. Up one more time. Okay, so you can be my copper. You're probably going to have to loop a... No. We're going to have to... It's going to have to cross itself, okay? It's fine. Okay. So first thing I want to do is I want to loop the entry back this way. And very, very skillfully have the exit lane cross the entry lane. It's just how it's got to be. Otherwise, I'd have to take it all the way up and around, which is not actually that bad. And I'm just complaining. But, you know, it is what it is. So, I do need to have the robots build this stuff. And then I need to signal it. Come on, robots. In my inventory. Okay. I didn't bring signals with me. You did well, JD. Okay, so let's have number 4. Number 4 can be rail, signal, station, 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 large power pole, Signal. No, wrong signal. Ah, the signal. I need that as well. Train, wagon, fluid wagon. Okay. So, signaling. This is the down lane. So we want a chain signal before the intersection, a full signal after the intersection. We want a chain signal before the intersection going out, and a full signal afterwards. We then want a full signal about there somewhere. And you guys want power, it turns out. Okay. We're going to call you Copper 1. And we're going to call you Iron 1. Easy enough so far. So, now we've got the Train Supply Manager mod. All the trees can go away, because that's the real enemy. Actually, I gotta stop deconstructing things. I've only got 100 robots on the whole map. 144 it seems. Okay, robots in my inventory. Because I really need you guys to actually make sure that everything, all the train tracks going backwards are actually built. Because they don't work if there's gaps in them. It turns out trains don't like going over gaps. There's still pieces missing. There's signals missing because they're outside robot range. And I didn't bring any with me. Infinite wisdom here. Okay, I need to also put you under. 3 times straight, bring that up closer. And then I got to do some unload stations, but that's a separate problem for later. Inventory be empty. Please. I just stand here for a minute. And that's the other thing I got to do. I got to start burning a lot more wood. Because there's 11,000 in the network currently and counting. I also need trains which require engines. I have 13 on me. Where'd they come from? I don't think I had an engine build. In fact, I'm pretty positive I don't. I don't. Guessing maybe we made a temporary engine build at some stage, which I hand fed for pumps. Seems about right. Go away, go away, go away, go away. That makes me feel a bit better. And now we have power problems. Awesome! Okay. Which means you do the logical thing. And hang on. Where are we going to get more coal from? In theory, I have this solid fuel down here that I haven't done anything with. There's that coal patch as well. Let's put next power plant down. There's also this coal I haven't done anything with. Okay, let's put the next power plant down here. Which is all in range, so the robots can go take care of that. I'm going to get rid of the last of my power things, turbines and boilers in my inventory. I can make more now. We've got enough for base that I can just make a thing to make more, but one problem at a time. Okay, so you give me engines. 22. That lets me get one of those. I want 5. I need another 4 of those anyway. No, 3. I need more steel. I need like 20 engines. Let's just put that there with one of those right there and all the engines in the network. Okay, the other thing I need is I need a... One of them, one of them, one of them. One of them, one of them. So, Train Supply Manager. Train Supply Manager is slightly... It literally takes over controlling of the trains themselves. And it does it with a couple of train stops. And it moves trains from a very, very stupid item, a stupid thing that just sits at a station forever, potentially, waiting for the ability to load or unload, and turns them into a much smarter item. So, we've got a train, it's parked at Iron Stop 1. We're then going to put down a supply station right in front of it. And we're going to have you go to Iron 1, full cargo, and then we're going to have you go to this one, which is going to be Iron Supply, and with a circuit condition, and that's it. That train's done. So when it fills up, which is right about now, it's going to go forward and it's going to park right there. It's not going to move. Now we have to have a requester, much like the logistics requester and supply passive providers and requester chests. We need to have a requester at the other end to call the train over to empty said train. So we need to somehow get an unload station in to this mess somewhere. Let's put... So if I put an unload... I really want it to come down and unload in here. Okay, so let's literally do that. Now I've said it out loud, it seems like a really good idea. Okay. Underground. 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 Forward a few tiles. Underground. Okay, so we're going to put down a... Is that on the wrong side of the tracks? Oh, it is. Okay, so it turns out it's going to face the other way. I'm going to put down a requester here. Now, a requester doesn't do anything until you actually put down this little light. This little light is what interfaces, is probably the best way of putting it, with the actual train station and tells the train station what to do. So... if I want iron ore, it looks like iron ore, and it comes from the iron supply station, okay? So this is where we source items from. Safe. It's nice and simple. If we want iron ore, we use the picture of iron ore, and it comes from the station iron supply. So this station, I want iron ore, funnily enough. Okay? And already the mod is hard at work, and it's already given this train a order to come down to Kalnen, being this station, to bring me iron. So I want it to call this Iron Unload 1, because it's literally for my benefit. The names at this point, the mod, it's a mod, it's all written in code, it doesn't care what I call things. And we're going to bring that up higher, bring that up, that up, that up, that up, and let's put down a bit more train track, and put a signal after, put a chain signal before, and as soon as that little bit's filled in, train starts going. Woohoo! We've made progress. Okay. So, it's now going to call the train here. And it's really, at the moment, set up to call a train whenever there's not a train actually in the station. That's as smart as I've made it. I'd like to make it smarter, but for the moment, it's good enough. Okay? It's just going to call the train down here all the time. Bit of a waste of fuel, but, you know, that was the last of our steel chests. And it only waits for 5 seconds. That's the other catch. 5 seconds of inactivity. Which is a mod setting, which is something we can change, which is something we're going to change after I actually make an unload for it. Okay, so unload like so into one of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. A belt balancer. Whoop. And now it has something to do. It's going to take a lot longer to hit that 5 seconds inactivity timer. Okay. That's some iron ore. Now this comes from up there. Those... Okay, so that feeds steel, the others feed iron. So what I want to do is... Let's just have 4 undergrounds, and 4 undergrounds, and 4 undergrounds, and you can be feeding the first one. You can feed the second one. You can feed the third one. Input priority left. Nope, your other left. Thank you. And you can feed input priority. Yeah, your other left as well. No, your other left. There we go, I have it in the end. So, they're going to pull off the train secondary. Primary, they're going to take from these existing outposts because I really want these gone. And where's that? Okay, so steel line is down here. Which comes from up there. I don't really care what speed that goes at, actually. What I will do is I'll go input priority left, output priority right, input priority left, output priority right. Does that actually do anything? I want to move the ore from these two because they're from the existing mines. So I want you to output priority right. So you're going to force stuff down. I'm going to input from the left and output to the right. Then I'm going to input from the left and output from the right. Then I'm going to input from the left. So you're actually prioritizing these two belts over this far belt that goes up to that other mine. Okay, cool, done. Alright, I did some stuff. Now, in mod settings, we have no tooltip, auto update. No, it looks like I'm gonna have to use smarts. Okay, smarts. Jetty's not a smart person. This could go horribly, horribly wrong. But we're far enough into the episode that if I accidentally break everything, I can then fix it hopefully between episodes, or just remove it and pretend none of this ever happened. So, we're going to hook all the chests together. No, let's not do that. See, Jetty fails already. There to there. Okay, so we can read that there's 11k in the boxes. So what I actually want to do is I want to do a decider combinator, I hope. And I want to do input and say if iron ore is less than The train fits 16,000. Hang on. That's... Train wagon. How much do you hold? Nothing happened. Okay, so you hold 2,000. And we got multiple chests. Okay, so if I want to say if you're less than 32,000, being 2 train loads. Okay, if you have less than 2 train loads, I want you to output something. I can't remember if I know to hook up to light. I think I need you to hook up to light. I do. So your output is 1 green signal. So enable condition is green signal is greater than 0. Hey, I did smarts. So now the train will only come if we have less than 32,000 in these boxes, which is what I said that to. Yep. So the train won't loop needlessly back and forth. Right? It actually has to have a reason to pop down here and fill up these boxes. It's going to take ages to get to 32,000, but that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine with me. It'll take what it takes. Yeah, we want you to prioritize that side and then everything else from that side. That helps. And that helps. Okay. So yeah, we've got our very first train supply manager station. I need to do the same for copper when we actually need the copper. At the moment, there's 7 million. It's going to take us ages to chew through. But yeah, this starter patch is definitely in our way. And it looks like I didn't bring enough steam turbines with me. So next episode, we might be handcrafting some steam turbines to get power back under control. But then again, yeah, it's perfectly fine. So I'm going to end this episode here. Next episode, I think we're going to have to move on to the next big project, being blue circuits. Because I really want to actually, I want to do the important things. I want to start getting modules done. I want to start getting lasers done. So we need to set up batteries. We need to set up robot production. We need to have a whole base except the science part. We don't really need the science part, but we do have Train Supply Manager running now. We now have all 4 iron belts being filled. We have blue belt researched, so I could hook the lube up and actually get blue belt started being produced. I don't know whether we're going to need it, but you know, it doesn't hurt to have. We need to get chests set up as well. There's lots of things to do still. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you're enjoying the start to this series. It's a little bit weird starting the start game with the end game research. It's definitely throwing me off, and I feel like it's throwing me off. It's weird. So, yeah, bear with me. Be patient. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye!